Hi, my name is Shelby, and I'm here to talk to you about mental health and mental illnesses. In society today, people kind of romanticize mental illnesses and everything like that. They think it's kind of like unusual to have one, so they kind of want to have one themselves. Like I've seen it a lot at Tumblr. There's a lot of Twitter accounts that are like that. A lot of people make posts about having a mental health issue, but I really don't appreciate those unless you've actually been diagnosed by a doctor like I have. Um, so I'm here to talk to you about life with a mental illness. Um, so I'm going to tell my story. It happened when I was 10, so I was in 4th grade, and I remember it like it was yesterday because it was such a bookmark in my life. That's how I am who I am today because of this incident. So I was in 4th grade, and one day I just was overwhelmed with grief and sadness for no reason. Like, I was terrified. I remember specifically I thought my grandmother was going to die. Luckily she didn't. We had 5 more years with her. Amen. But it terrified me because I knew that she was going to be the first person in my family to die that I've actually been able to remember, because I don't remember when my grandfather died. I don't remember that I was very young, or when his sister died or anything like that. So I was scared because I loved her. I still love her so much. And that was all I would think about all the time. And that's not common for a 10-year-old to think like that. You're supposed to be carefree, having fun, enjoying school. But no, I would just lay in my bed and just think about death, and it terrified me. And that really led to me kind of just not contributing in life anymore. All I did was really sleep. I didn't eat. I didn't do anything. Like, I missed 2 weeks of school because I was basically a living corpse because I was doing nothing. And I know it was scary for my parents because they didn't know what I was going through, because I'm not a vocal person when it comes to my feelings, really. I'm still not. I'm trying to get out to talk about my mental health. That's why I'm making this video. I'll try to make it short. But my mom finally took me to the doctors after 2 weeks of not going to school and not participating in life, really. I literally only ate hot dog buns like once a day for the food I ate, and I would lay in the bathroom all the time because I felt like I was going to throw up, and that's one of my biggest fears. I would take showers and baths multiple times a day because they actually made me, feel a little bit better. But it was scary. I didn't know what was going on with me because nobody talks to children about stuff like this, like internal sicknesses. So she finally took me to the doctors, and I was diagnosed with intermediate depression and anxiety. So they put me on this medicine for a little bit to try to help me at least get my diet back in order, because my depression was basically caused by a chemical imbalance from my brain to my stomach because I wasn't producing the correct amount of serotonin or dopamine levels, so that really internally kind of fucked me up. I'm still like that today, so it's not even fun. So that's how it started. I didn't tell anyone when I finally went back to school, because who knows what those are when you're 10 years old? Who knows what dopamine and serotonin and depression is, all of that? I didn't have a clue. My parents didn't really talk to me about it, so I didn't know what was going on. And I was really sad because when I got back to school, people just acted like nothing happened, like I had been there all the time. And it was weird. And that's kind of how I kind of felt throughout the rest of that year. My mental illness kind of just secluded me from everyone. And that's how I still feel today. Like, I still feel like I'm what I call the third wheel friend. Like, on the sidewalk, I'm the one that walks on the dirt or behind the group because I just don't feel that important, and I feel as if people feel that way about me. And it's really sad to say, but that's how I feel. But back to how I've been living with my mental illness. It's really hard. Really, only my mom understands like what I'm going through because she also had depression when she was younger. And my dad, being born in the 50s, he just thinks it's all in my head. I mean, maybe it is. I don't think that, but it could be. And my sister really doesn't help me out with this. She kind of just pushes it to the side if I'm having an anxiety attack or if I'm extremely stressed or something. She just kind of ignores it. And it's really hard to live with, especially being in college and I'm away from my mom. But along with my depression, I had it for 7 years, luckily. When I was a sophomore, July 3rd, I was clear. That's what the doctor said, but I don't feel like I'm clear. But along with depression, I have the symptoms of insomnia, a manic type depression. Like some days I'll be totally fine, and the next, like in a second, I'll be extremely angry. Like I won't be able to compensate with anything. Like people will drive me insane, and it's really kind of, it's not fun. I also have extreme and severe anxiety and stress. I have an eating disorder, basically, from my chemical imbalance. Like, I eat more, obviously, but I don't eat healthy enough or as much as I need to typically be healthy. I have a very low BMI because of this, which isn't good. And all this really doesn't help because I'm extremely introverted, so I'm kind of just here. Other symptoms that I've had is, I read this on Facebook the other day and it totally summed up everything that I feel, but I am suicidal. I remember when I was 13 or 14, I believe, I was standing in our kitchen by myself with a butcher's knife to my chest because I was like, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to suffer with this empty life that I'm living. And obviously I didn't do it. I didn't kill myself, which I'm still thankful for, but I still also kind of regret. The sun's kind of messing up this brightness. But every day I think, like, you know, maybe it would be better if I wasn't around. Like, I wouldn't be suffering. People wouldn't have to deal with all of my weird tendencies, and my mom would probably be a little bit happier because she wouldn't be worrying about me all the time, because I still don't tell her stuff like this. And it's scary. Living with a mental illness is like a wine stain on a wedding dress. Like, it's the worst thing that could happen, and people don't understand that. And I'm gonna move this. Okay. And people don't understand that, and they literally think it's all just in my head. And I mean, parts of it is. Some days all I can do is sleep because I don't have the energy to participate in life, and it makes me upset because I want to be able to go out there and I want to meet people and I want to feel happy, but I never do. And it's sad. It's really sad. Every day I feel extremely emotional. Like, I'm never truly happy. I don't remember the last time I was extremely happy, and especially like being on my own kind of in college. Like, I'm just here. I'm here for myself, and I don't take good care of myself because of all of this, and it's sad. And it just proves that living with a mental illness is not something you want to have. So when I see people glorifying it, it's terrible. Like, I used to be a painter, a great artist, apparently, and especially in the past 2 years, like, I don't even like to do that anymore. I don't have passion anymore. And it's sad. Like, I'm slowly seeing things taken away in my life that I used to enjoy, and I'm just becoming more and more of nothing. And if I died right now, I'd be okay with that. But I know I can't let that happen because I am a fighter. I'm not a quitter. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a never-ending feeling of sadness and pain and emptiness and being misunderstood because people don't understand your feelings and why you're so emotional all the time. And neither do I half the time. Like, I cry at least once a day, maybe more. I overthink everything. I put myself in situations that will never happen. I ruin relationships and friendships with other people because, because of how much I overthink about how I overanalyze everything, and it's shitty. And people don't understand the struggle that I go through every day, even to just put on makeup, because I don't feel like it, because I don't feel like I'm worth it. I'm not worth to look pretty, not worth to basically be living on this earth. So that's my life with a mental illness, and I just want to get that out there, that people who think it's nothing, you're wrong. It's something to the most negative degree that you could ever feel, and it's scary, and it's empty, and people who don't have a mental illness, I'm extremely jealous of you. But then again, if I didn't have it, I don't think I'd be who I am today, because it has defined me to be this introverted shell of a body, and I'm okay with that, which is really sad that I've accepted defeat, but I'm still here. So that's my story, and I really hope that people don't overlook this. I really hope they understand like what I'm going through, and just don't glorify mental health, because it's not something that's funny, it's not something that's cool, it's not something that you want to have. It's a killer. It is a silent killer, and I see a lot of people struggling with it, and I'm struggling with it, and people don't see it. So it's really something that can be overlooked, and I really just want people to know that I need help, even if I don't ask for it, because I'm not going to ask for it, because I'm a proud individual, but I know I messed up, and I don't want to burden people with that, so I bottle feelings up, and that's just even worse for me. So that's my story. So please don't overlook mental health. Please talk about it if you have it, or if you have symptoms of it, or if you're just feeling very bad that day. Don't let it get to you. Life is really hard, and the only way that it's fair is that it's not fair for everyone. And you are so much more than what you think you are. And I'm being really hypocritical for saying that, because I think some days I think I'm the queen, and the other days I think I'm literally dirt. So just be a fighter. I don't really know what else to say about this. I don't really do this. I don't talk about my feelings. But don't let life be too hard on you. Like, you need to find help, you need to find shelter, you need to find safety, you need to find stability and security, and anything that makes you happy in your life right now, hold on to it. Do not let it go, because otherwise you're just gonna melt away like I am right now. And it's sad to see it happen to me, because I see it all the time, every day. And I don't want it to happen to other people, because it's really heartbreaking. And I'll try to keep this under 15 minutes, so I'm just going to stop right there. Please call, get some help, talk to people, do whatever you can to save yourself.